So there'll be lots of excitement going on today. I see SPY is down 1.3%. Apple's down 1.62%. I can see Tesla is tanking right out of the gate. Qs are down. Everything is down. The world is burning. And yet we will somehow make a lot of money this week. Tesla's down almost 4% this morning. Yes. Those of you that listen to me since the beginning, and I always talk about making sure you are hedging your long side, now understand what I mean. Those of you that heard me say it every day for the last 2 years and 7 months and did not heed my warnings, you now understand what I've been saying. For everybody else, if you guys are watching, make sure you guys are setting up your pre-market high, pre-market low, previous day high, and previous day low. That will help you throughout the day. Doing that right. There it is. There it is. There it is. All set up. Going to do the same for Apple. It should take you less than 10 seconds per chart to do exactly what I just said. So there's your previous day high, previous day low, pre-market high, and pre-market low, and done. That's how long it should take. Nice job. How is your green to red ratio over these last 4 months?
I have just 2 days red. Another one's is green.
2 day out of how long?
4 months.
4 months, 2 or 3 days red. Did everybody catch that? Out of 4 months, 2 or 3 days have been red.
But you know what I realize? When I go big, I'm losing that day. When I go smaller, I just winning.
That is correct. Everybody always thinks that if you go larger, you're going to make more money. No. If you go larger, you're going to lose more money. It's completely opposite of what you think. The smaller you go, the more you will allow it to run, the more money you will make, and the less risk you will take. It's completely opposite of everything you could ever, but it takes money to make money, coach. It's not how this works. I'm telling you right now, that's not how this works. Ask Mark, who started with a $700 account, if him going too large too fast is how he got to where he's trading today in those futures account. See some people in the profits and loss area when they take an L, it's always because they, air quotes, thought it was going to do something else. Am I right? How many times have you guys stayed in a bad trade because you thought, well, I know it's going down, but
I just had to break.
yeah,
The other day.
yeah,
The other day.
yeah.
Good morning with LGM.
Yeah, you'll go, oh, it didn't bounce there. Oh, maybe it will here. Well, it didn't. Okay, well, maybe here. Oh, well, you know what? Damn it. Now I'm down 30% on the trade. Well, you know what? I'm already in 30%. Let's just go ahead. I can just wait just a little bit more. It's no big deal. If it, oh, whoops, now it's 50%. Well, you know what? I didn't go that big. Oh, 70%. Oh, knife drop. Damn it. 75%. Well, I'm in it now. I might as well just hold on the rest of the day. Drops down 85%. You get out. It rebounds. And then at the end of the day, like, oh my gosh, I just would have stayed in. Yep. So how about this? How about the second it breaks the rules of what it's supposed to do, you just get your ass out and you reassess. I need everybody to follow the rules that are in here. Every single time that I see anybody that is not succeeding, the first thing you can always see is they broke the rules. Sorry, coach, I broke the rules. I can't believe I did that again. How about today? Just start out with, I'm not going to break the freaking rules, right? The rules are there for a reason, okay? If you haven't heard my rules, I've got a good list of them, and you have to follow all. You don't get to cherry pick my rules, okay? You need to come in with an empty cup. I don't care how many courses. I don't care how many online activities you've been a part of. I don't care how many rooms you've been in. I don't even give a how long you've been trading. You need to come in with an empty cup, okay? Because guess what? If you were the world's greatest trader, you wouldn't be watching me right now. In this room, with me, a real professional coach that I've trained millions of people inside of here, you will learn to be an actual stock market trader and not a call out chaser. Okay. Now, I know you see a lot of people out there selling you stuff, brand new kids. I've been trading for 4 years, so I'm going to sell a Discord and all this other bullshit. Well, that's not us. We've made over 10 millionaires inside of this room, and 8 of them had never traded a day in their life. Nobody has those statistics. I don't care where you go. I don't care how many YouTube subscribers they have. I don't care how long they've been in the game doing training. None of that. The proof is in the pudding. Oh, coach, well, how is your trading? My trading doesn't mean. So my proof in the pudding is how are you doing? How is my community doing? Not how I am doing. So if you guys are looking to just watch somebody trade and not learn how to trade, there's plenty of people that'll do that and brag about how great they did in their trading and the success that they did in trading. You're not going to get that in here. My job is to train you.
Welcome to none other than American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket Live Chat and Watch Party. I am Dawn, your host, aka J&J Video Reacts. Is this too busy? What's happening? Is this good? We good? Mark. Okay, so how does this look? I needed to clean my camera, dude. I looked and there was like all this like dust, right? That obviously I didn't see. So I'm like, when's the last time you wiped your camera? So does it look a little better? And I've got my green screen behind me. So hopefully I'm not like ghosting out as much. So it looks better to me from what I can tell, but let me know if the visuals are a little bit better than they have been. Other than that, how's everybody doing? I see Mikey D Sweet Tea down there. Miranda, hi, baby. Maria, Kimberly. I saw Mark, obviously. Who else did I just see down there? Who else do we have? F2, what's up, brother? The man of the hour, the one who is getting it done. The golden child, the golden boy, the one that is actually making it happen in the Apple Chat with David and all the others. Welcome. Who else we got? Let's see here. Pablos, what's up, brother? It's been a minute. So tonight, I wanted to do a little something different. But before we jump into it, let's make sure we get everybody smashing that like button. We got to get Coach to 20,000 subscribers. You know how we do it. We hit that like button, we share the content out, and of course, we subscribe, all of which is absolutely free of charge. So you guys should have no problem doing that. You've been doing it all along. We got him to 15K. We did it. We done it. We want some more of it. So let's get him to 20K. And all we have is 4,870 to go. Piece of cake. We can do it. We can knock that out, right? Let's look how far we've come since we hit 15K already, up 130. So remember, it took forever. It was like inching once we got there. But now that we've gotten there, we've exploded. We're already 100 and something past that. Speaking of which, we are coming up on our 500th episode of the Aftermarket. And I want it to be a party. All right. I want to do games. I want to have Coach on here. I want everybody up on the panel. The 500th episode right now tonight, we are at 407. So you got some time. But 500th episode is going to be a jam. That's going to be fun. Hopefully we can give away some cash and some prizes, even if I have to give it out of my own pocket. But Coach ain't probably having that. He likes to give. That's one of the things I love about him. Who is Coach, by the way, right? Chad W. Christian. That's who he is. He's a 33-year stock market vet. You just saw his videos. You saw him talking about how it is his job to train us. He and I legit talked about that this afternoon or this morning on the live. Somebody said, you know, Coach, you could be getting paid millions of dollars to be somewhere else in a room by yourself trading. And Coach was like, no, man, I get paid to train you. Right. And then we were like, okay, yeah. And he gets millions of dollars to train. He gets paid to train because that's what he does. There's no coaches out there like that. Right. Everybody wants to let you watch them trade, or they want to just send you some tickers. And, it's not hands on. So shout out to you, Coach. Thank you for also letting us use your YouTube channel. We are, in fact, live on YouTube, right? We're live on, I believe, LinkedIn and Twitch as well. Welcome, all of you. And this is what we do. We learn how to trade the right way. So that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. It's right here behind me. 5 things that you love, whatever, about American Dream Trading. What is it that you love about ADT? And I'm going to need you to come up on the panel for this one. And you can come one at a time. I don't care. But everybody come up, and you don't have to have your camera. Let me go ahead and put the link down there. And tell us what it is that you love. 5 things. It could be the community, it could be Coach, it could be the trading style that we use, it could be the strategies, it could be anything, the way it makes you feel to just be a part of the group. Anything that you can think of that is your 5 main reasons for loving ADT and what ADT has done for you. So let me go ahead and pull that up. I can hear myself on my phone. It's a delay. All right, we're going to copy and paste the link over into the live chat. Spliggity splat. There we go. Paste. All right, there's the link. But yeah, I just want to talk about my 5 favorite things, right? Just to kick it off and get it started. First and foremost is Coach. I saw Coach on TikTok, and I watched him probably for like a good week, right? And this story never gets old because we hear it like over and over again, right? From different people. They saw him on TikTok, and we have a member this morning, Richard, that brought up the fact that, spiritual intervention maybe, or spiritual awareness, or stuff that's just not a coincidence. It was I don't necessarily want to say fate, because I don't necessarily believe in fate. I believe in the fact that you choose your fate, right? But we all did that, didn't we? When we saw Coach live, right, on TikTok. And I remember I was doing my TikTok channel. I was just beginning to go live on there and, start to get on different panels and have my own panels and stuff like that. And I woke up one morning, it was crazy, because I had always told Jen I felt like I was meant to be a millionaire. And, she's like, I believe that, you've done so many things, and, you got these different talents and things like that. But one morning I woke up and I said, I'm going to trade. I'm going to concentrate on learning how to trade stocks, because someone had dipped my toe into it and taught me how to do options about a year before I had met Coach or saw Coach or any of that. And I traded Apple once or twice. And the first couple times I did it, I was successful. And then I started to kind of get my face ripped off. So I left it alone, like everybody else, right? I was like the 95% that walk away from it because I'm like, it's too hard. I can't do it. And then I see a couple different people on YouTube. Not too many on TikTok, but a couple different people on YouTube. I saw quite a few different channels. And then one day I keep seeing this guy who's just, you see the back of him. He's got these screens and he's talking to these people, and you hear these people like, yeah, Coach, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, who's he talking to? Like, where are those people? He's the only guy in the room. Are they like back behind him, or are they on the phone? Like, what's happening? Because I really this is how much of a hermit I am. I was not really down with a bunch of Zoom and all of that. I really didn't get on Zoom calls before ADT. I thought it was still Skype or some crap. So yeah. So, you know, I'm like, oh, it's a Zoom call. But I kept looking and I would go back and I would go back and I would go back. And then finally one day I'm like, he really knows what he's talking about. So I am going to I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot, right? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna at that time he was charging $110 a month. Okay. At that time he was charging $110 a month. And he was charging, I believe the lifetime was $750, or you could get the monthly, which was $110 a month. And at the time I had about $200, right, in my trading account, somewhere between $150 $200. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna really, like, he seems like these strategies are easy, so I'm gonna listen to this. At that time he was giving away the pre-market setup for free. He was doing it live, and he was, letting people know levels. So I picked one and I wrote it down, and lo and behold, I made the money that I needed to pay for my first month. That first day, that first trade, I was already sold, but that was the nail in the coffin. That was the lid on the jar right there. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this guy definitely knows what he's talking about. I'm like, yeah, that's his money. So I went on ahead and got in touch and paid the money. And I remember them having a conversation about, at that time, Nana was having the conversation with Coach about, this is the fictitious land of the unicorns. And Coach said, yeah, everybody thinks this is the fictitious land of the unicorns because of Brady and Jimmy, and all of those guys by this time had come and gone and had become millionaires. I was there at the tail end of Jimmy, and I heard Brady maybe once or twice, but Brady had already kind of dipped out by that point. Because I started in January of 23, and Jimmy was still trading. He was still, but not as much. And he was a part of the everyday, but that only lasted maybe another month. And at the time we had another woman in here named Puny. And I believe, she also became a millionaire. And I was like, wow, I see why I'm here. This is the place where it's going to happen. So, Coach being number one. Number two was I saw value. I saw value. I have a dream, not I have a dream that this is, something that I'm going to accomplish in my life, and because I like helping people, I realize I'm in an organization where that is prevalent. That's what we do. We try to help people learn. We try to help people grow as people, not just traders. It's not just about trading in here, which brings me to number three. The community is amazing, right? We have become one big, huge family. And, every day, if I'm not on the computer, this is always on my ear. I've always got this on, and I'm always, you know what I mean? I'm always part of the Zoom calls, and I'm always, like, lurking. So it's just a place where I feel at home. You know what I mean? Number four is the skill. The strategies that we learn in here are made so simple that a caveman could do it. I mean, like, I shit you not. Like, they're made for the layman. They're made for the everyman. They are made for the people who may not have a high school education, doesn't make rockets for a living, but wants to learn how to trade stock and do it well. This is for the people who don't read Arabic and Hebrew and all of that. It's for them too, don't get me wrong, but it's for people who like things simple and who need it, you know, s- spelled out in a way that everybody can do it, right? Um and so that's what Coach does. So the strategies are simple. And, number five is obviously at the end of the day, the ability to become debt free and financially free is the fifth thing that I love about it. I'm on a path with this organization that's going to lead me to that end. So there's no doubt in my mind about that. I have every faith in the world, and we have just the leader to do it and the community surrounding us to do it. So those are my 5 reasons, right? So I do have somebody that came into the backstage. All right, let's see who we got. Hey, what's up, girl? What's up? Can you hear me?
Helps if I hit the unmute.
Oh,
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Is it okay sound wise?
It's perfect.
Okay. So only 5? That's all I get?
You can do as many as you want. We're not going to limit your upside.
I'm playing. Right. Her.
Look, I started to do 3. I'm like, is 3 enough? And I'm like, is 5 too much? So
no, but I have a million. Because you'd have to include every member, right?
yeah,
Right. Yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna start with number 1. I don't know. I don't have them in any order, so don't like throw them like in sequential or whatever order.
Well, this is your thing, so we can't. This is your list.
Right, but I'm saying like number 5 might be the biggest reason. I don't know yet. We're gonna work through this, okay?
So you're letting us know in no particular they're in no particular order.
There's no ranking here. Okay. So definitely the community, the family, right? Is 1. 2, I learn every day. And I have the potential to learn every day forever. Because I hear people that are incredibly successful still learning, right?
Yeah.
3 is I'm in control. It's the only business that I've ever owned, right? Because this is the business I own is my trading, not AD. Right. I don't own ADT, but I own my trading business, right? It's the only business I've ever had complete control of. I own a business like outside of trading, but I don't have control. I have to do what my clients want me to do, and I have to be there when they need me to be there, and so there's a lack of control, right? Yeah. So it's the only thing I can control. Only business. Only way I can generate money and be in control. Number 4. Yeah, lifelong financial freedom for sure. And then 5, I liked your simplistic part, but our brains overcomplicate it. So it's like, but yes, it should be. I think it's the live mics and the ability to ask questions in the moment. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I have to type it and then even forget I had the question and then like wait on the response.
Watch a video and let me remember to ask him that tomorrow and all of that.
Which I do that like when I'm watching videos, but I mean in the moment I have a live mic. I can ask Palm, Mark, Coach, freaking you, and anybody. I can ask James L a question if I want to. Right, James? All right, so that's my 5. But again, I could keep going.
Well, that is an awesome 5. Bless you, whoever that was. And I like the whole mic thing. I'm like, wow, that is a cool part. I forgot that. There's nobody else doing that, Marie. I don't think there's anybody else that is doing a live mic and training people like that. I really don't.
I haven't joined any other groups. I haven't been a part of anything else, so I don't know. I will honestly plead ignorance to such. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know that I've ever seen anybody do this on this scale. So
but I think you're
innovative with that.
I know that no one has the people we have in the room to have a live mic with. So I don't care what anybody else is doing. Like they don't have the same depth and wealth of knowledge that ADT does. Nobody does. I'm sorry.
No.
Again, I
Hands down.
can't say that I've experienced it, but I have heard lots of other members who have come in and said they tried this group, they tried that group. Anyway, all right, love y'all. There's a lot of people up here that got 5 on it.
All right. Sweet. Well, thank you for that, Maria. And James L., I think you came up right after her. Tell us your 5 things that you love about ADT.
Well, I think they're pretty common, standard things. Coach one. It's just something about his charisma is just very magnetic, and he cracks me up. Uh,
He is funny as hell.
the community definitely. I mean, the therapy is unparalleled. Um, the opportunity.
It becomes like a support group, doesn't it? Especially when
Oh yeah.
you're like losing and it's not fun.
Oh yeah. I know. I know.
You got this
But
group here
the
that support you. And when you're doing well, we're here to cheer you on.
oh yeah. But then my third would be the potential, the opportunity for a better future.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Mark's morning song.
No, you did not do that. Don't take that to heart, Mark.
Did you
Oh my
just
God.
feed him? Did
He
you
did
just feed him?
he
Come
just
on,
fed the
James.
beast. He just
Yo.
fed the monster. He
Uh,
just loves turning the
uh,
table upside down. He loves doing that. Look, you hear the little evil giggle. Ange has one of those too. I heard it.
that and vegan knowledge.
Oh gosh, she's 5.
She's a real nice lady.
She really is. She actually really, really is. Well, I think that everybody would agree those are awesome 5 things, except for Mark's song. But yeah.
Well, and not to push the limits and go overboard or anything, but
Go
the
overboard.
education material, the ability to go back at my leisure and watch video after video on top
Yeah.
of video over every possible scenario and possibility in the market that coach has and so many others, Palm, F2, that everybody else has experienced and their opinions on things, how they see it, it's just unremarkable.
Lovely. I love it. That's a
So
really good one. That's a really because we've got a plethora, and you all know that's my favorite word of material that we can go back over. And I mean, you in a day, it's not even like you can say, "Oh, I'm going to take a day." You couldn't get all this shit in. Excuse my French, in a year. You
no,
can do
and
it.
I've tried,
That's why I
and
love
and
it
it's
when diamond
available on
members
so many different platforms.
when
If you had
diamond
a year
members
to
sign
do it,
up on Fridays. I'm like, oh, okay, you gonna have a busy weekend. Enjoy.
right?
Right. There's just
You
no
couldn't get
way.
all it. It's a lot here on YouTube, just YouTube alone. There's so many videos that have so many golden nuggets in them, such a wealth of information. I don't know. It's just I don't know where else you're gonna get it. If only there was one place. Oh wait, there is. And it's
There
American Dream
is.
Trading.
.com. How'd I do? .com.
Now,
How'd I
I
now
do?
like
who's
it.
feeding him?
Is that close?
I like it. I like it. Mark, let her
.com.
do it.
I don't know.
Mark, you say American Dream Trading and let Maria come in with the .com because I like
.com. Okay, anyway.
that. F2, brother, what's going on? I think
What's up?
hey, tell us what you love. You filmed a testimonial that is on our website, and we want to know what your 5 favorite things are that you love about ADT.
Number one would be that the moderators. I don't want to miss anybody, but you, Mark, Palm, took time out of the hundreds of people that are involved in this community and took time for one-on-one with me to make sure I understood things. Took a Sunday afternoon, Mark did, and we just charted for about an hour or two, and you know, other people joined in, and it was one of my favorite moments. I like the part that if you don't understand something, ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to know, even if you're wrong.
Somebody's gonna know it.
Like I called out one thing in the morning when GC was helping run it, and I was wrong about it, and he took time to say, no, this is why you're wrong, not just say you're wrong. Like he took time to be like, this is what you need to look at. Um, let's see.
That's
Of
awesome.
course, coach for creating it, and you know how good it feels like when he takes time to call out your name. That you know how good that feels, and things. And one, I've been able to fix my bad habits um, of trading and keep
That is
growing, and
awesome.
hopefully one day I'll be as knowledgeable as the rest of you and be able to start, you know, be like, you know, 2 minute EWO here and calling out the call outs and stuff properly, and hopefully be able to teach somebody and be something somebody looks up to. And
Which is already starting to happen.
I was about to say, I've been looking up to
Which
you
is
for about, I don't
already
know,
starting
a
to
year,
happen.
about a
I
year,
thank
about
you.
a year and a half. I don't know.
I mean,
That's
Thank you.
Valhalla came on the panel yesterday just to pick your brain.
You've been rocking
So
it, dude. Like,
yeah.
nah. And the fact that you don't feel confident enough to call out things is crazy because you're doing things. Like, be, I love that you're so humble, but you also, you
Own
know,
it.
head up, shoulders
Own,
back. You know what I'm saying?
own it,
Smile
bruh.
on.
Own it,
Right.
bruh. Because you are getting
I've got
hot.
one for you, F2. I actually had a really, really good day today. Not a 10K F2 day, but I had a really good day.
All right.
Good. It'll be a while before I have any of those. I dropped my account down back to the beginning when I started with the 1% thing. Um, Obviously, I'm gonna pay down some bills, and I got a membership I got to get paid for as soon as it clears the bank. I've never had that problem before in my life, making a deposit that has to wait. Um, that's crazy. And they looked at me like I was silly when I said, "Well, that don't make sense."
I love that. That's a good problem to have.
Um, and other than that, you know, that money's good as gone. And let's see what I could do in the next 6, 7 months with what I got,
But
and
isn't
hopefully
that such a freeing feeling, though? Like,
it does. It like I dropped it down several times, but nothing like this.
oh,
You
I didn't
know.
mean
Yeah.
dropping your account. I meant paying off the debt, dude.
Oh, uh, yeah. Like, you know, I still, you know, me and the bank still own the house. You know, they own the majority of it still, so they let me stay here as long as I pay the rent and stuff. So that's a pretty good deal we got. As soon as I get that, that'll be my number one thing, and then of course I want to build a house one day. So
So, do
Good
you
for
have a
you.
vision board, F2?
I have a vision sheet. Actually, I
Okay.
have it
Let me
right
see.
here from the other day
Okay.
when we were talking
Right.
about it.
Okay. Okay.
Um, ah, Let me find it here. I got a little binder here of important things that I've learned. Like, there you go.
Ooh. Okay. I
I
see
love it.
you.
Um, and I've been working on it. Some things I got, and I've been working on another one to actually hang up on my refrigerator. Like I want get some refrigerator art going. So
That is awesome. I love that. I absolutely love that. You've got to put your goals in front of you. I mean, they're inside of you, But that was like the thing that I put in the Trader's Edge this morning. You know, what you want in your life to be manifested has to start from within. You got to believe that that's already yours. You're already living that you already own that, you know, whatever it is, whether it be a health condition that you want to be healthy, whether it be that you want to be financially free, that you want to find the love of your life, already believe that that's going on. We played as kids make believe, so we know how to do it. A lot of us as adults have forgotten how to use our imaginations, but your imagination is the key, right, to making all that stuff happen. So it's yours, man. Just believe it's yours.
I gotta say thank you to you all to help me realize it. And it's not just me that's gotten me here; it's the community and things. So
Takes a
I
village,
gotta
brother.
give.
Maria just Angus.
I don't think so. I think something happened because she's already backstage again. Hey, girl.
My son called. Y'all, I have do not disturb on, right? But I can't like
Not
not
answer your
allow my
phone.
children to call me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
it's
because
just
that's
something
messed
might
up.
be going on.
Right. Yeah. Right. So
Yeah.
I'm like, Anyway,
Pebbles, talk to
let's
us,
go,
brother.
Pebbles.
What is the
Ah,
five
good
things that you
afternoon.
love? Good afternoon, good sir. How are you?
I'm David L. and I
He had
spoke
a
today.
one-on-one.
Yeah, I had a one-on-one with David L.
All
And
right.
it was awesome. And I like David. I've got a lot of David's stuff that I follow, and um, he's I figure that he's closer to me than some of the other traders because he started out just with stocks and and that's all I'm doing are stocks. And so I'm a hopefully uh, do better after this session that I had with him. Um,
Good deal.
My goals have changed. I first got into this thing with uh, uh, another member of ADT brought me into the organization, and he's helped me an awful lot as well. And but that's the thing about everyone in ADT. Everybody wants everybody to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, will bend over backwards to help you. I mean, they'll even Friday comes, most people go out drinking and partying and stuff. They'll stick right here if you got a problem and help you through it. Um, of course, education, there's
Mm-hmm.
tons of it. I mean, there's videos. You can't watch all the videos. Well, when I first started out, I had little boxes. I put down 5 little boxes, and then I would go back and when I went over the video the second time, I would check that box, and the third time. Now there's so many videos that I've fallen way behind. Um, at least in the second round of boxes. Um,
There's so many.
there are. Um, the only thing I wish I would have categorized them better in my charts. I have to go through 5 to 6 books here to find what I'm looking for.
You're not the only one. Oh my God.
Yeah, I like the after hours. Um, I've learned a lot of things there, actually. I went from uh, eating anything I wanted into the Mediterranean and into the vegan, and now I'm into the AIP, unfortunately.
And
But
you're probably drinking moringa. Oh,
I'm drinking moringa. Yes, I am.
Good.
But
That's a
dang, Don, that would have been what? See, this is why I don't like having to just pick 5. That's not fair.
well, um, uh, there's good coaches, good moderators, good people in general. Um, and if you're from all walks of life and all parts of the country and I actually worry about some of you when you got the tornadoes headed coming towards you.
Yeah.
And
Wow, Pebbles included the aftermarket. Aw, that's sweet,
yeah,
honey.
well, there's a bunch of coaches right here in front of me right now. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for that. Well, you're one of the people that always make it, special to do a show like this, because you're always, coming and learning and trying to take something away from it. Everybody up here is, James, you, Maria, F2, all of us come here to learn together. This isn't my show. This is our show. And we all come in here and learn, together and talk strategies and, go back and forth with each other. Well, no, I don't think it's this. I think it might be that. And well, yeah, I think maybe you're right. I mean, we hash it out, in our own way, because that's how we learn, it's no more than a study group is exactly what it is, with a twist. It just happens to be live. So, that's why we do it. It's like study hall. So we watch videos together. Some videos people don't even know that Coach has. That's why we watch them. So yeah, that's awesome. So if it's helped you in any way, that works. I'm glad you finally had that one-on-one with David, though. And David, he can really sit down and get you right as far as a 2-minute EWO.
right.
You
And
know,
also, after the video or after talking to David, he's got he sends you notes and you can talk to him afterwards as well, which is very nice. If I don't understand something, I can call him back.
right.
So
He keeps in contact with everybody he deals with, through emails and just correspondence. He just makes sure that he stays on top. He doesn't just, hey, here's the one-on-one. He doesn't rush through it and then throw you out to the wolves. You know what I mean? He really takes an honest interest in your success, because especially if people think about it. People always admit, oh, I had my one-on-one with David. You think he wants people? Yeah, I had a one-on-one with David, but it didn't do anything for me. No, he wants to make sure that things are happening after you come out of there. So he keeps track. I love that. He did it with me. He does it with everybody.
and one other thing, there are no stupid questions.
That's
I
right.
mean, I ask them all, over and over again until I.
Might have some stupid
Yeah,
answers, but no, I'm
yeah.
only kidding.
I love the music.
Who me?
Crazy. Yeah, there's definitely no stupid questions. And the funny thing is, the questions that you think are stupid are questions that way more than you have. It's like, oh, I wanted to know the answer to that, but I didn't want to ask it because I thought it was a dumb question. But there's always somebody who will stand up and ask that quote unquote dumb question and get that answered for you, because there's so many people who want to ask that same question. So nobody ever think that you're having a dumb question or a stupid question, because there's 10 other people like you that have that same question. So
Any new people in here today?
not on the aftermarket. What did we do? We lost Maria, I think. Yeah, I think we lost Maria. But yeah, hopefully everything's okay with her son. But I don't know what I would be doing right now if it wasn't for ADT. I really don't. I would of course find something to do, but it just has really given me an aim that is way beyond the whole millionaire thing. I mean, that's great and everything, but to actually be a part of something where you're helping people and helping people learn and helping people get better physically and mentally, I live for stuff like that. And this is a group where we have to be okay physically and mentally. You got to be resilient to stay trading. You really do. And if you're not resilient, it will make you resilient. right? If you plan on succeeding at it, because it's tough. It is mentally taxing and it's physically taxing. So if you become a good trader, but hopefully don't lose your mind or your health in the process, um, kudos to you. I remember Coach said that Brady took some time off after he had made all that money and just had to go get his health right because his health had floundered from him being so damn focused on trading and sitting in the chair all day long and just being focused on the market that his health started to deteriorate. And Coach, same thing. You know, people remember when Coach sat in the chair all day, but if you go back and look at some of those videos, Coach was he had a few pounds on him at that time, you know, and sometimes he looked like, especially if somebody like ticked him off that said something stupid, you know, like a troll, you could see his face get all red and oh man, I mean, you could see him physically kind of going through it. So I was so glad when he finally stopped sitting on camera all day long and built up the moderation team. And the next thing you know, Coach is, you know, coming in and you're seeing him and he's looking thinner and thinner. He's like, yeah, I'm dieting, I'm fasting, I'm drinking a lot of water, I'm walking, and he got his health in check. So I'm so glad because you never know, Coach might not be here right now if he hadn't done that. I mean, keeping it real.
I turned 79 3 days ago, and I've lost 20 pounds.
Wow. Happy birthday, man.
I got about 10 more pounds I want to go down. I want to get
Happy
down
birthday.
to 80 and hold it right there.
Nice. Nice work. So how's everything else? I know you were having the other health struggles. Is it getting better?
Not really, but I'm seeing a specialist in a couple of days.
Okay.
But I thought, well, if I changed my diet and stuff, I could, maybe work my way out of this stuff, that I have. But
Well, that can help you, but you got to also give it time. Unfortunately, that takes a lot. It does work, but it takes a lot of time. And unfortunately, the older you are, the longer it takes, right? For it to take effect. But you do have some immediate effects, but you need to eat vegan or whatever it is that you're doing, fruits, veggie. You need to do it over a long period of time. I'm talking 6, 8 months, a year. Then you will see, and I know you're probably joking like shit if I have that long, but you do. You do. You have a young soul, I can tell. That's how you made it to 79. You're probably gonna make it to 89, right? So
well, I'm planning for 30 more, so
yeah, do it. You'll be here.
so,
Outliving the rest of us.
so I got
But
plenty
yeah.
of time to study here.
So give it time.
Yeah, you got to get up and walk around though. I've got my little timer, and when it clicks off, I stand up and I can barely
get
walk.
up.
So
that is a good idea. That is a good idea. Oh, by the way, F2, 21% this morning, bro. Oh, I went for the 1%. I put myself on the 1% challenge.
It worked.
It does. I had $86.82. I won't forget the numbers, and I made 18 and some change. 1848.
In futures?
In futures, yeah. 1848 was what I made. Now the 1% was 87 cents. So we knew I wasn't gonna stop at that. But my goal was to just trade from 9 to 11, which I didn't do. Okay. I'm gonna have to work on that. But I was in a little rhythm and just doing small amounts and finding success with it, so, and I told Mark at the end of his show that the waiting in the weeds that I've been doing in the morning, well, since I've been in futures, I've just been clicking the buy and the sell button and going in at market, right? And I'm like, half the time you're getting slippage and all of that, and you're losing pennies and dollars that could be back in your account just because you're going in and out at market. And if I'm not scalping as well as Coach or Mark or any of the Palm and the guys that are scalping like that, Ange, right? Then waiting in the I need to figure out how to wait in the weeds with this. And I remember Maria said she was doing limit buys. So today, instead of just going right for I was going for the buy and sell it first. And then I clicked on the other side that said classic trade because I've been using the turbo buy. And I'm like, wait a minute. Because I've always been trading on my phone. I'm like, this is what's on my phone, right? So I just put in my order I looked at the L2. I did do that. I looked straight at the L2 and I tried to determine which direction it was going, not just looking at the candles. What flow did I see? And with M2K, it is, the L2 is a little bit different reading it in futures than it is in the early morning. In the early morning, 1, 2, 3, 4. When he's well, on the L2 on futures, if you've seen it, it's just a steady pattern of levels. But you'll see if you just look at it at a glance, you'll see more red than green, which lets you know from the morning it's moving up. And I know that because I know how to read the L2, right? The regular L2. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute. There's a ton of red, right? Instead of looking at every little thing, there's a ton of red. Oh crap, now there's a ton of green. That means it's coming down. And then I started looking at the numbers, right? So I put in a limit buy for one of the lower numbers like I do in the morning. And popped up on the screen and I'm like, holy snap. I don't know why I thought it was going to be different. Mark's been saying this whole time. Ange has been saying this whole time. It's the same exact stuff when you're trading stocks. So I'm like, wow, I can wait in the weeds with this thing. What am I doing? Why am I trying to jump in and scalp when I do way better waiting in the weeds? So to make a long story short, I started doing that and I ended up taking the, $10 that I had. I made another $8 towards the end of the day, just putting in little limit buys and sells. So I'm excited about that for tomorrow. But I said, I'm going to do the 1% challenge and I refuse to lose more than 3%. Everybody's like, well, $3, that's a pretty tight stop for $80, And it was, I'll admit, I blew that out. I had lost $10 at one point, but that was my stopping point. But luckily I started gaining again after that. So it was cool. It was cool. I
That's
thought about
awesome,
Feels
huh?
good, doesn't it? It's like it does. It feels good. It
yeah.
like
I'm
the
like, I'm
1%.
doing it.
It works. Like tomorrow, shoot for another 1%. And
That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm like, you got to have those goals. So I sat there and I figured out what 3% was to lose and what 1% was to gain, and got my mind around both of them and how much I was going to either go over or under. Because I'm like, I'll give myself a little bit more than $3. You know what I mean? I'll go 10. If I lose, if I'm at 10, that's enough. Because at that point you are now not able to trade. Because I think a contract of M2K is like $72. So I had 86. Anything more than 10, I was going to be putting it too close to not. I wasn't giving myself any breathing room to have a pullback. You know what I mean? That I wouldn't have to stay in and wait for it to go back the other way and risk getting a margin call if it went too far, because they'll stop you out. So, but in any event, yeah, I'm excited about that. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm doing a 1% check. I gotta still put it in the damn profit and loss. So I'll do that as soon as we get off of here. And putting it in the profit and loss every day so everybody can see the progress. Because the more people get on that 1% challenge, I think it'll help a lot of the small accounts. I really, really do. So. Well, thank you guys for coming on and letting me know what your 5 things were. I guess nobody else wanted to come up and say it, huh? Or did they say it down in the live chat? Anybody name anything in the live chat down there?
I don't see anything.
Okay.
Just Ralph being Ralph.
Dawn is
Ralph's
like,
pretty cool.
yeah, he is. He really is. You know, Ralph, you got to take Ralph with a grain of salt because Ralph is no BS. You know, Ralph will come right straight for your throat. But he doesn't do it in a facetious way that he wants to. Well, he doesn't really care about your feelings.
No, he'll do it and make you like it.
Yep. He does not care about your feelings, and he will tell you, I don't care about your feelings. I just want you to get this right. You know, so and if you don't know how to take him, you can get offended, right? But I learned really early on that he has really got a really good heart and he just wants to help people. And he doesn't, it's not always sunshine and roses. You need that guy that'll stick his foot up your ass and say, hey, listen, I mean, he's got a military background. Thank you for your service. Once again, all of you that have done that. So, you know, he's used to that no bullshit, no holds barred. Look, this is what it is. You don't like it. That's too bad. But this is what it is. He's so helpful. He's always sending us moderators videos and things that can help us in trades. So yeah, he's good people. He's good people. And he helped launch the Aftermarket show. So he was a mainstay on the panel when the show first started. So, and he's always supporting. So yeah, I appreciate Ralph. But I appreciate all of you, and I'm going to go now. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of editing. I was doing some this afternoon, but I got some stuff I want to finish up. So you guys got anything you want to add, say to anybody out there, or?
Good trading tomorrow.
Yeah, you too. Keep us posted. I'm going to end with Coach's rules as I normally do. And I want all of you gentlemen to have a good night. Maria, have a good night, honey. Hopefully everything's okay with your son. Everybody out there that is watching, if you're watching on the replay game, thank you for watching. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button on the way out, subscribing. We're trying to get Coach to 20K. Make sure you're hitting AmericanDreamTrading.com and writing a review. Right? Write some of the things that you heard here today. If that's you, if you feel like it's helped you in any way, go write a review. That always helps move us up the algorithm, right? And go to AmericanDreamTrading.com to get signed up to become a member if you are not one. So everybody have a good night. I love your faces, and I will see. Was my camera better today? Does it look a little bit better? Because I
No.
know
You look like a kung fu movie.
No, it does look better.
Oh my God. James, always James. I love y'all. Have a good night. See you in the morning. AF, have you been able to get any of the L2 stuff I've been talking about in the morning? Because I saw your name in there.
Yes, this morning, and I heard James talking about flipping the colors. I think that I'm gonna work on that here in a few after I take a break and walk around and check on the livelihood in the household to make sure that they're still breathing and stuff. So
yeah,
they're being quiet. They're being quiet right now. So
that's scary sometimes, right?
Yeah, and after I do that, I'm gonna change the colors on the L2 and stuff and see if that helps make it click a little bit more. So,
but you got what we were talking about, the red side and the green side.
And what, like, it's not picking up on me just yet. Like, I guess I want the graph to go faster at the top to be like, oh, it's going to rise, but it rises slowly. When the price goes up, and if I'm just not catching on to it yet, but
it's okay. We'll keep going over it. We'll keep going.
All right.
All right. So have a good night, y'all, and I'll see y'all in mañana. Peace and blessings. Later.
Please follow the rules. Nobody go rogue. Some of the rules that we have to and live and die by in here is do not lose more than 1 to 3% of your total account value in any given day. Make sure you have stop losses on each and every trade, regardless of shares and or options. Make sure you guys are practicing small base hits. Don't go for home runs. Allow the runners to run and stop out the losers. If you're a new trader, make sure you are paper trading using a simulated trading system such as Webull or some of the other ones that are out there. If you are an expert trader, please make sure you also are being careful the first 3 minutes and the last 8 to 9 minutes of the day. Those are the absolute most volatile times in the entire market. Also, if you're a newer trader, please don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day. Those are the most dangerous times.
Imagine making money anywhere, even the beach. At American Dream Trading, we're a community of traders who know that financial freedom is just a trade away. Are you enjoying your experience with American Dream Trading? Great! We'd love to hear from you. Your feedback helps us continue to grow and provide the best in stock market education to new and advanced traders. How about leaving us a review? Great! Just go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, click Write a Review, leave us a rating, and then leave your review. It's just that simple. Thanks so much. We really appreciate your feedback. See you soon.